News 46 is brought to you by William H. Jackson Injury Attorneys. Injured? Get Bill and Robin, your local injury attorneys.
Nye County Commissioners discussed real estate zoning during Tuesday's meeting.
The BOCC report is sponsored by Jim Marsh Automotive of Las Vegas, Kia, Chrysler, Jeep, and Body Shop.
Tentative subdivision map application containing 50 residential lots on approximately 84.2 gross acres. Zone rural estates RE1. Master plan is low density residential located at 4751 West Atkinson Street, Pahrump, Nevada, within the PRPD, assessor parcel number 027-501-01.
Mr. Chairman.
LDOI, LLC property owner, applicant, Civil Wise Services Incorporated agent.
This is just exactly the same thing that was approved in the past. It expired due to not being able to move forward because of the economy and so forth. Water and sewer, it is intended to do a central water system and a central sewer system, where there'll be a mechanical sewer system that will take effluent and recirculate it through the property as irrigation water for watering landscaping. The water, there are some new rules, of course, that are in effect right now. That's understood. And it's understood that a certain amount of water will have to be moved to the property to do this. A certain amount of water will have to be relinquished to the state, as the rules are today. Those rules weren't in place when it was originally approved, but we understand the change and do not object to that. And we also do not object to a development agreement. As a matter of fact, the first time around we were told to do a development agreement, paid the money to start the development agreement, had the hearing, and it was voted that they didn't need a development agreement. So this time, we still have no objection going through a development agreement.
I'm not approving new subdivisions. This looks very attractive, but there are tons of 1 acre lots. There's tons of small, larger lots they could build on. You just can't convince me at this point. I'm sorry. I wish I had different facts than I've had. The Water District Board that has done all the studies that tells us where the recharge is. And the reason I ask about pumping is that's one of the things they've asked for. Any subdivisions we approve, we need to know where they're pumping from, because there's certain areas of the valley that are lower than the others. But that's my whole thing. I'm sorry, Dave.
Once I approve a tentative map, aren't I kind of locked in to approving a final map, assuming they spend a little money on the property, in general?
It obviously is undisputably a big step towards the final map. You are setting some terms today, though, by your approval of the tentative map, if they're included in your conditions or, your motion or whatever is made. But yeah, I mean, it is a big step. I mean, it's a necessary step, though, too. So,
I agree, it's necessary, but it's my understanding that once they do a tentative map, I'm pretty well stuck with what we're doing, that it's very hard down the road to turn down a final map, because you've already said I can go do this and go do that, and here I am, and now you're trying, so.
But you can turn it down.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Which?
Nay.
All those against say nay.
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 Okay.
It fails 4-1.
And another item the Board of County Commissioners looked at on Tuesday was an item to amend the property use policy.
The BOCC report is sponsored by Jim Marsh Automotive of Las Vegas, Kia, Chrysler, Jeep, and Body Shop.
Possible discussion and deliberation to amend the town of Pahrump property use policy, and 27 is Nye County property use policy. They're both essentially the same.
There are two different property use policies. That was the direction that we received. One is, as was stated, that permits all full electioneering activities that we've had in the past.
Okay.
And the other one is to remove just the booth option. That's been a concern. We had some issues with it during the last election cycle.
Yeah.
And so that's an option. I don't think it's a concern that there's two separate ones in there. I mean, if you just took one of them out and made the corresponding changes on that document, it would be the same thing.
Right.
So,
Mr. Chairman, you led this. Which do you prefer? I'm willing to make a motion either way.
Yes, I'm going to go with the first one that allows booths.
That allows
I'm
booths.
not going to get the votes with the one that doesn't allow booths.
Okay, then I'll make a motion to allow the first version that does allow the booths.
I don't know how you can vote on anything if you got two different versions, and, you know, I've been trying to follow this, but I don't have two different versions, so I don't know how I could vote on anything if I don't even understand what you're talking about. And on the other point I would have is that I think this ordinance is too over-restrictive, and I just don't like the way it looks. Has the Secretary of State and the Attorney General reviewed it, and as our legal people said it's okay to do this? I can't believe so.
Wouldn't it be nice if everybody did follow the rules and acted in a civil manner? That's why we have laws, because not everybody will. And I think this is a good balance between them. So my motion stands.
Again, further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye, 4-0.
Butch still there?
Butch,
No.
No.
Nay.
4-1.
And here's Linda Wright, who reminds students to submit their applications for the local VFW Scholarship.
VFW has two scholarships that we offer every year. One is for high school students in grades 9 through 12, and that's our Voice of Democracy. And the essay that you will write on is Why My Vote Matters. And then we also have one for junior high for 6th through 8th graders, and that is Why I Honor the American Flag. And we hope to get a lot of essays in this year, and the deadline for those are October 31st this year. And it's coming very quickly, so I wanted to get out there and remind all the students to get those applications in. And for further information, they can call me at 775-419-7857. And if you have an application and your essay that you want to turn in, you can drop them off at the VFW post at 4651 Homestead Road. And remember that cutoff date is coming up quickly, and it is on Halloween.
The deadline's coming close on those scholarships. Well, here's Josh Osborne with today's Great Computer Deals Tech Tip.
Reporting from my man cave, it's Josh from Pahrumph's own Great Computer Deals, and it's time for another quick tutorial. Task Manager Part 1. Do you know that there are programs on your computer that are set to run every time you turn it on? How do you change that? Well, take your mouse and instead of left-clicking on your Start menu, right-click and choose Task Manager. Under Task Manager, you'll find a tab called Startup. And under Startup, you'll be presented with a list of programs that are set to run every time you turn on your computer. To be honest, most of the stuff in this list is not absolutely necessary, so all you got to do to disable one of those programs is click on the title and hit the Disable button. Keep in mind that your antivirus might be in this list as well. You want to go ahead and leave that one alone. Still need help? Come to our store where you'll find low prices and friendly faces. We're located at 1190 East Highway 372, or call us at 775-990-8833.
News 46 Weather Cam is brought to you by Glenn Lerner Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
All right, let's take a look outside. Michael Donahue is going to show us what we have in store for this week's weather right after this break.